And we are back with more information regarding the camps. We truly must understand that this is not a club. The camps are not going to be clubs of people coming together for their own amazement. This is not what it's for. Only those that Ruach HaKodesh selects is going to be seriously working for the ministry. You must understand, not every person is going to show up at the gates going to be taken in. People outside not speaking the holy language, they are not going to be invited. It's very evident. Because the Creator Himself, He has His own language. And the world's languages are based in confusion. Only His language is holy, and those wishing to be taken in must speak the Hebrew language. Don't think they can make a deal with themselves. Oh, let's try to make camps and then make a club out of them, as they do with their own congregations of churches. They don't even churches, they are only clubs. It's not the same. If a person is having second intentions from being taken into the camp, they best forget, because they are not going to be taken in. Only those that the Father draws is going to be taken in to produce works of justice. So be aware of it. What the world does is worlds. What is heaven, heavens. That's why Yahshua said when He was given the coin, what is this face? Okay, give to the face what belongs to the face, and to Elohim, Elohim. There is no mixing. So then, with this in mind, we understand it's not going to be clubs. And there is no such of making an unholy language, making it holy. Or only pray over it. No, this is what pagans do. And the word of Elohim is not pagan. So then, we understand that there is a lot of work to be done. And we understand also from Revelation, the 20th chapter, that it's going to be a lot of tribes and a lot of camps. Each of the camps would have then 12 tribes. They would be representing the first 12. And there is obviously the part of it represented the 12 disciples, because they're related. And lots of exciting situations coming up. So it's very nice understanding and cleaning up this world of junk, condemned world. Yahshua did not come to save the world, talking about the world system, not even their doctrines. They came in to save the people. The people would be saved if they trust in His name and if they repent of their sins, wash themselves with His holy dam, and then they get mikvat. By that time, their link of themselves is done, and they are linked with the spiritual line of the world maintained in the Kadosh Kadoshims. So then we begin to understand from early stages what it meant to be in a church. Outside, amongst the goys, there are only congregations. There are no functions. They only come and share. They share their faiths. So then that's why Yahshua said, don't be lording over each other outside. And then, of course, He was explaining the main anchoring churches, some of the areas they were neglecting. So He was pointing out to make sure that they get this mental understanding of the goys outside of the perimeter. This is what it meant. Because He was started, the problems related with those city churches relates with the outside. Because in the camps, if they were doing what they had to be doing, then they would not have to have discipline from Yahshua. It is very evident. And this is the very point that He's saying, in other words, simultaneously, this is not a club. If they do junk outside, remain outside. The place that he is in is holy. That's why at the end of his ministry he overturned the tables, because he wanted them to understand this is a holy place that was set apart. So then takes away some of these guys understanding, oh, let's make a club out of it. No. If they want to do their own junk, they can do outside. What's in a camp is holy, represents what was given to Moses. He came from on high, separated, remains holy. So then we understand where church comes from. So then the students coming in only drawn by Ruach HaKodesh. There are no people making themselves invited. And Shaul was at times very specific, but some of these people, they came into the perimeter without being invited. No, it can't, because when they come without invitation, demons, they come with them and destroys the camp. So then we understand where we stand. They are not going to be clubs. And if there are guys that they are going to think in jumping over the fence, boy, they won't. Because the shakes of death is going to be upon them if they try. So then we understanding more of it, and we start to be more reverent, having more reverence for the Holy Scriptures. And the most importantly of these understandings is the world is going to be in trouble. They are not going to be resolved because of the camps. The camps are references only. If the world wants help, they can come to the gates. There are requirements though. They are not going to give out only prophecies for those that are evil and whatnot. Ruach HaKodesh, he knows the intentions of the person completely in every area. There are people that are going to show up there. Ruach HaKodesh simply is going to say, don't say a word. They must remain obedient. But they are not going to be rejected. They're going to be instructed. This is what is very important, because people who are coming, they are not going to be rejected, but they're going to be instructed. And this is what was the first plan. So please stay tuned, because we're going to get more in depth regarding this, and we're going to combine then the main Torah, the understandings of the main Torah, and the Torah grace, the grace imputed in a law, and then only the demands of the Torah were completed. The demands. And then Shaul, then of course he explained that there is no distinction from the goys and the set apart, only of the fact of the demands of the Torah regarding the sacrifices of animals. Only this part was completed. The understanding of the world outside, they have their own congregation trying to lording it over each other with the titles that do not exist. Those are crazy. Those are demoniacs. They have a form of Elohim, only a form of Elohim, but they deny the power because they don't have any. What they do, they abscond themselves with the existing spiritual line. They must be clear and clean. There are no functions amongst them. Those people are crazy.
A vast virus database.
So then we can understand the importance of being at the camp regularly, receiving instructions, until the point of Ruach HaKodesh bringing in more people. And then they form another group. Always in mind though that it's not going to be a club. because Elohim lives in a camp. So then the reverence for the Holy Scriptures are becoming more and more and more evident. And there is no time of wasting. Obviously those Hebrew brothers with the land and they have wealth, make sure they are building up camps as per instructions of Moses. This much we can do. And then through prayer, Jerusalem is going to be cleansed. This is absolutely sure. Can be certain of it. And then much more coming up. Please stay tuned.